Okay guys, for those of you that missed our live workout today, I wanted to make sure that you saw all of the mobility workouts slow and controlled. We did everything top to bottom for about 1 minute in each thing. You guys can do it as long as you want, whatever your body is allowing you to do or feels good. We started on the floor. We got a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of hips, a lot of bit of hips. And so if you guys have any questions, just let us know. I challenge you guys to add this to your routine, even if it's just partly in the mornings. It's gonna change your life, I promise, okay? You're gonna start on your heels, sitting on your heels. Your knees are about 2 fist distance. You're gonna rotate your arms out with your fingertips facing you. And you want to just sit back in your heels and try not to move. You're getting this forearm stretch, so you're just sitting back about a minute. You can get your hands a little bit wider if it's not stretching enough. Then you're gonna rotate your hands back out. You're gonna rotate yourself forward and back, some wrist mobility. Fingertips are wide. You're gonna sit back in your heels, chin to your chest, and then arch your back. Again, everything is for about a minute. I'm not going that long, I'm just walking you through each one. Okay? You're then going to sit back. You're going to hover your knee up off the ground and bring it around to the outside of your foot. And then back down, controlling your movement the whole time. Arch it, slow and controlled movement, and back out. As you can see, I already have one side that's not as tight as the other. That's what we're working on. Then you're going to bring it to the outside. And then you're going to bring your knee around and over the top. And kind of sit back in your heel and back down into neutral. Bring it into a lunge. Bring your knee over the top of your leg. Sit back in your heel and neutral. Okay? Then you're going to walk yourself out to your stomach, all the way down. You're going to make sure that your thumbs are facing the ceiling and your head is on the ground. You're going to lift up one arm at a time. Then you're going to lift your thumb up to the sky, drop your hand to the floor, work your hand all the way back to your back, and then slowly release it back to the top. Then you're going to Superman it. Your feet are going to come off the ground, your hands are going to come off the ground. Hold it for 2 seconds and then release. Okay, then you're going to get yourself back onto your knees. Okay, you're going to sit. Oh, I messed up. I'm sorry, guys. You're still on your stomach. You're going to put your hands into a plank position. Okay? You're going to push your hips into the ground. Your arms, your forearms are on the ground. You're going to lift your head up and just sit here, pressing your shoulders away from your ears, pressing your hips into the ground. Now you're going to work your way up back to your knees. Okay? You're going to sit back in your heels. Your hand is going to go to your ear. So my right hand is going to my ear. My left arm is going down to a plank. I'm going to tuck in and then release up, pressing my elbow into the sky. And then switch. You want to rotate all the way up as much as you can. Okay, and then now you're working yourself back down to your stomach. So you're going to go all the way down to your stomach. You're going to put your left arm out on the side, your right hand into the ground. My right leg's going over the top and reaching over. And then I'm going to switch. Right arm out, left palm on the ground, left leg over. And I'm just rotating every time. gonna push myself up and back, and I'm gonna work myself all the way onto my butt. I'm in a butterfly position. I'm gonna sit here for about a minute. I want my spine to be really straight. Act as if there's a string pulling your head up to the ceiling. I'm then gonna put my right leg out, take my right hand, lead with my chest forward and back for a minute. After that minute, I'm gonna hold it here. Not very long, about 10 seconds. And then release. I'm gonna lift my heel off the ground, work it around where my knees are bent, okay? You can use your hands or no hands to get yourself up to your knees, press your hips forward, and then back down. Then work your knee up and around, back to one leg out, reach with your right hand and back. Okay, you do this whole thing for a minute, and then we're gonna add to it. Work yourself around, right hand up, right hand back. Okay, now you're gonna get to the top, left arm's back, right arm's up to the sky, press your hips forward and back down. 1 minute of this, and then we're switching sides. So my left foot is out, left hand out. Okay, 1 minute of reaching. Then we're gonna drop our leg back, up, reach with our left arm, 1 minute each level, okay? Then we're gonna have our knees bent. Our next series, feet are on the ground. My fingers are facing towards me. I'm going to bridge myself up and back down. 1 minute here, okay? Then we're gonna add to it. Bridge, drop my butt down. Both my knees go to the side. Once I get to the side, my hands go to the ground. My left leg comes back and I'm in pigeon. And then back, knees bent, up, and bridge. Knees go to the left, right leg goes back, pigeon. Knees bent and back. That whole series for 1 minute or 2 minutes, however you feel comfortable. Okay, then you're gonna work your way into a tabletop. Next series, left arm out, right leg out, slow and controlled, alternate. Next one, you're gonna lift your foot all the way straight back, my toes facing down, then my toes gonna face out and my hips gonna open up. I'm gonna bend my knee and bring it down back to neutral. Switch sides, toes down, rotate, rotate, knee bent. Then I'm gonna go the opposite direction, okay? So I'm gonna go out, fire hydrant my leg out, then go all the way back down, heel to the sky, back down, neutral. Fire hydrant out, work my knee back down, heel to the sky, straighten my leg, back down. One more time. Fire hydrant, work my way up, heel to the sky, straighten my leg, back down. Next series, we're gonna go into down dog. Guess I'll go this way. Down dog, into a plank, and just work my fingers into the ground, push my chest. Then I'm gonna lift my right leg to the sky, and I'm gonna bend my leg and rotate over. Back down to neutral, and switch. Do this for 1 minute. Okay, then I'm gonna walk my hands to my feet. I'm gonna roll myself up, one vertebrae at a time. Okay, now I'm in my standing positions. I'm gonna ragdoll myself, so I kind of let myself hang, one vertebrae at a time. Rolling myself up slow and controlled. Okay, a minute of here. And then kind of just feel your body and let yourself stand up for a little while, okay? This next series, I'll do my best in showing properly so you can see all angles. The first series for 1 minute, my hands are facing each other and I'm gonna sit really low into a side lunge and then back. You wanna make sure all your weight is in that heel. You're gonna feel it on the inside of your leg. Okay, 1 minute there. Then you're gonna go into that second phase, side lunge, put your hands on the ground and rotate yourself to a forward lunge. Press your hip into the ground and then back to a side lunge, hands come off the ground and you push. Okay, one more time. Side, hands to the ground, push your hips into the ground, back, up. 1 minute of that. Lastly, of this series, sideways, hands to the ground. You're gonna go forward lunge and keep that rotation. So this foot keeps on going and I'm sitting back into my heel, back around and up. So if I did it this way, you would go sideways, forward, and your foot keeps going and you go on the side of this back foot and you sit in your hip and then you rotate yourself back around and up, okay? So you want to go 1 minute in each phase and then go to the other side, okay? Then lastly, we have 2 more, okay? Feel your feet on the ground. My left foot is planted in the ground, my toes are spread out wide. I'm gonna lead with my chest and go as long as I can, low as I can. If you can get yourself all the way down to the ground, use your glutes, your hamstrings, and your core to get yourself back up. Make sure you're not hunched over when you go down, right? Go here for a minute. Then you're gonna go halfway down. Halfway, my toes are facing the ground. And then I'm gonna rotate my hips like we did earlier, bend my knee, and get myself back to neutral, okay? Toes are down, toes are out, hips are rotating, bend my knee, get myself back to a standing position. Then I'm gonna go 1 minute on the other side, starting with touching the ground and back if you can. Balance, breathe. And then we're gonna go halfway. Toes facing the ground, rotate your hips, bend your knee, get yourself back to a standing position. Rotate, knee bend, standing position. Last one. Feet are a little bit wider, toes are at an angle. My hands are inside my thighs. I'm guiding myself to keep my knees out. I'm gonna go as low as possible. You should be pretty warm by now. Sit low. Your hands are inside your knees. Go here, about a minute, and then you're gonna sit. My elbows go inside my knees, my hands come together, my heels stay on the ground. If your heels are up, widen your stance. If you can't get that low, sit as low as you can with your hands on your knees. You're gonna sit here for a minute. Really sit, push your hips out, keep your heels on the ground, and then you're gonna put your hands to the ground, lift your butt up, and then back down for a minute. Sit here, 1, 2, 3, hands to the ground, lift your butt, and back down. And then your hands go to the ground, you shake out your hips, and you roll yourself up, and you're done, okay? I did everything slow, but I didn't do it for a minute. So you wanna make sure you do it for at least a minute if you can handle it. You can go longer if you want, top to bottom. Let me know if you have any questions. I did it today. I will do it again tomorrow and Sunday because my body is begging me for it, but I challenge you guys to also do it one day this weekend.